Hey guys, welcome to the 28th episode of Sub's Choice, the series where you decide what I fly out by leaving me your requested planes in the comments below. Today we're flying out the D-13 requested by Sam1248, and he wanted to see the plane at its new battle rating. Now, I did a premium review on it not too long ago, and you probably saw it, and if you didn't, go watch it. But you heard me say there that this is a plane with excellent acceleration in the dive, great top speed and top speed in the dive as well. Energy retention on the plane is great. It has great roll rate, and the firepower in the plane is very centralized with three 20mm cannons, two in the nose. One in the nose, sorry, and two on the wingtips, but very close to the fuselage, so it is very centralized firepower. And I've always loved the MG 151s. Now the plane has excellent flight characteristics on higher altitude, and it's a joy to fly basically. The only thing that is a real downside to this plane is its huge turn circle and the elevator that comes with that. Of course, it doesn't turn very well, it is not maneuverable. Of course, the roll rate is good, so that's part of the maneuverability. In defensive flight that is nice, but the elevator is so stiff at the moment that while rolling you can barely make direction changes with the elevator. So it's just the rolling, but the maneuvers you make are minimal, and thus you get more hit than if you would do that kind of defensive flying with, for example, the Anton's Focke-Wulfs. They have the same kind of roll rate, but they have a better elevator. Elevator on the Doras really is stiff. It was nerfed along, it's already a few patches ago, I believe it's 1.59 or something, I don't really remember. And it was nerfed back then. It was quite good before. I mean, it wasn't a Spitfire, but it was much better than it was. After that nerf, it got buffed a little bit again, but that buff was really trivial. At least that's what I think, because I really think the elevator is still very stiff. But still, the plane has a lot of positives, and you need to fly it to those positives. The plane is a real boom and zoomer, which can be used to great effect from altitude. You gotta be aware though that with that elevator you don't want to come in too fast, because it does stiffen up a little bit more at high speed, and you might have trouble getting out of a long dive when you get your top speed to the 750s, 800s, and you might crash into the ground if you're not careful. But yeah, if you keep that in mind, you'll be fine. The one rule you gotta keep in mind with this plane is that you never turn fight with anybody. If you had a pass on an opponent, you just continue to run until you make a gap of about 5 kilometers. You turn around and you head back for another engagement. This thing is very good at head-ons, and you should use it as such. Aside from that, we take off the wing there, by the way, with a critical hit. And he's done. He's gonna try to get back to the airfield, but we won't see him again. And we had a bomber somewhere here in the neighborhood. He probably flew on a little bit after he noticed that we were otherwise occupied with the Tempest, and probably tried to escape. So we're gonna go after him. Don't know what's wrong with my clouds here. They look like crap. Maybe I should look at my cloud settings for a bit. Or maybe it's just this cloud that doesn't look very good. The closer you get to the clouds, the worse they look. That's often my experience. So here we go for the Sterling. Let's see if we can get him. Would be nice. 3 kills under the belt so far. And as you see, very nice speed we're holding. We're going into a very shallow dive. And we're still picking up speed quite nicely. The web is quite nice as well. You have a very long web on this plane and a very powerful web as well. Definitely helps. Do watch your fuel consumption though. With webbing. You might want to take a little bit of a bigger fuel load if you intend to use the web a lot. The Sterling is going straight. He's keeping it very low. So that we cannot attack him from underneath, which is smart by him. And we're going in. Try to get the guns on the wing there. We went for the right wing. We did get a hit in, but we actually hit a gunner somewhere. Now this Ta-152 came in. He was shot down by the Sterling, and the Sterling is now going down, unfortunately. And we got the assist. Apparently he critted him. We got a second place with 3 kills in this match. And let's go to the next one. Now the way I fly this plane is basically like a Thunderjet. You just have to keep into your head that you do not maneuver with planes too much unless you're absolutely sure you can do something. And after climbing in this fight, we've gotten back a little bit to our airfield where we met this Tiger Cat, and decided to do at least turn into the vertical with this guy, and we went for a dive, and I thought I could handle that with that plane, although the Tiger Cat does have a very nice elevator to work with, but we managed to get him. And we've got a few Spitfires underneath us in a match here where we were basically seeing our allies being shot to pieces one by one. My team was lured down in the middle, and there were Spitfires coming in like vultures from all sides. And basically this ended up in a 5 versus 1. And I am here all alone, left in the night. And yeah, so I got five enemy planes left. One of them was a bomber, 4 fighters, I believe a Tempest and 3 Spitfires that were left. And of course, the Tempest and the Spitfires are all more maneuverable than my plane. This is an excellent shot here, but I miss it. Should have given a little bit more lead. I could have gotten that guy out of the way already without any damage. I didn't though, unfortunately. So after that engagement, I separated. Separation, 5 kilometers, turn around, web like a crazy man, pick up speed, and try to force a head on. Come on. I am just, I was a little bit fatalistic after a while. Did move the plane a lot here to throw off his shot. But like I said, the elevator doesn't work really well, so you don't really throw off anything. But I did move the wings a lot, so he couldn't really aim at a steady target there. I did get a hit in though with him, and the oil tank was on fire for him. With your firepower you have a longer shot than the Spitfires. And here we do get him. Take the wing off. I get damaged in the engine, and we're gonna try to make it back to the airfield. We have 4 opponents left, and this Spitfire is on my tail. And yeah, like you see in the chat there, come on man, be a man. They wanted to turn with them. They wanted me to turn with them, of course. And they became a little bit abusive, as they don't like people that fly their planes to their strings. In the D-13 you don't want to turn fight with anybody. You're doomed, you're dead if you do so. Remember that when you fly it, and don't get taunted into doing stupid things. So this guy came in, he thought that he could have me. He thought I was more or less out of fuel. And he thought, well, I'm gonna get him, but Yeah, man, don't go head on with a D-13. It's not a good idea in a Spitfire. And he gave up his advantageous position there. He should have waited a little bit out of reach of the guns, and he could have gotten me when I got back from repairing. You know, I never give up, even if I'm in a 1 versus 4 like here, 1 versus 5. I mean, this is the matches where you can get nice footage if you kill them all, right? So I always stay in the match until the bitter end, and I'll try to defeat however many opponents are left. And sometimes that works, and sometimes you get defeated. But that guy got impatient and made a fatal mistake. We've got a Lincoln here, and I made that video on the Lincoln not too long ago, right? So here I reverse my flight path to stay underneath the range of the 20mm gun. I know the belly is completely unprotected, and he has two 50 cals in the back, so I'm gonna approach him from below, where the Lincoln is defenseless. Now we're gonna start shooting here. He cannot fire at me yet here. Only here he can start firing with the 50 cals. I'm staying out of range of the 20mm. He cannot fire with that turret at all. And so he only had a small sniff at me with the 50 cals. No hits though. And that's how you attack a Lincoln. Preferably you come from more straight from below. But if you stay out of reach of that 20mm turret, you basically have it won. After that I searched a long time for this Tempest, and he was ground pounding, so I kind of thought he was a little bit of a noob, although he had 4 kills under his belt. And I made a mistake here at this moment as he turns back in. I realized I made a mistake, underestimated him. And I knew this was gonna be a fight. Because this pilot knows what he's doing. He knows his Tempest. I checked his stats later on, and he had about a 2-to-1 ratio on the Tempest. Good pilot overall, and level 100 I believe. Don't remember exactly if he was level 100 or level 61 or something, but doesn't matter. Level doesn't mean anything. Stats don't mean anything either, but it does give an indication. But he was a good pilot with a good knowledge of his plane. I know basically that the Tempest here is gonna outclimb me, and he is also very fast with good energy retention. I know though that I am better in a dive than the Tempest. So I'm gonna put the nose down and I'm gonna try to extend here. Turning here again, it makes no use. Although the Tempest isn't the best turn fighter either, I would still say the Tempest can make a better turn circle than the D-13 does. Because this thing just has a huge turn circle. And we extended until he turned away, and then he went towards his airfield. And as I didn't want to fight above his airfield, I decided to try to lure him away from there before the tickets ran out. You see, our tickets are very low right now. Just a few more ground targets need to be destroyed. So we went for a few vehicles here. See, we could lure him away from the airfield. And there we go with 3 targets. And I checked back and saw that he did follow, but it was basically too late. The match ended. 4 air kills, 1 assist and 4 ground targets. Very nice. Let's look at the rewards for this match. 60,000 silver lions and 4,000 research points, with only final blow as a special reward. I'll see you in the conclusion. Hey guys, so here we are after the match. I hope you enjoyed that fly out. This plane is a very nice plane to fly. You just gotta take into account that the elevator is grab, and you don't want to get lured into turn fights. You gotta stay cool, stay frosty, and use this plane as it is meant to be used. If you do that, it can be a very powerful plane at its battle rating. Its new battle rating of 5.7. Excellent plane. Guys, let me know what your new requests are in the comment below. Let me know what you want me to fly for the next episode. If you look in the comments and you see somebody has the plane that you wanted to mention, do give that a like and I count that as 2 votes. And we'll see which plane wins for the next episode. Guys, I want to thank you all for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, and if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.